Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. For those of you new here, my name is Donna, and for those of you not new, thank you so much for joining me today. You can see we have a guest today. This is my friend JC. She is my actual in real life friend as well as a subscriber here on my channel, and she helped me out today. What did you do?
I bought her $100 in drugstore goodies to try, and anybody that knows Donna knows she is not particular of drugstore. This was my idea.
Definitely not particular of drugstore. So yeah, so she brought me a whole lot of goodies, and with those goodies we created this face. So if you're interested to see what goodies she bought me, and you're interested to see me apply them and put them on my face and how I got this kind of like get ready with me style, only also like Christmassy style. It was so much fun, you guys. I hope that you'll enjoy it. If that sounds like something you're interested in, just keep watching. Hello. Hello. Look at how beautiful you are. Oh. That one is where, like, if you're looking at that one, you're looking at the people. So I look at the monitor occasionally.
Yeah,
but
I feel like I would always be looking at that.
So the first part of my makeup application is primer.
And this is the one that I got you.
A Hard Candy Sheer Envy Hydrating Primer. It's a 12-hour makeup grip. I don't have enough time today to test that 12 hours, but this is what the primer looks like. And it's hydrating because Miss JC knows me and knows I need hydrating everything. So what made you decide this one?
I chose that one because you had told me that you liked the Hydro Grip Primer from Milk, and I had heard that this is a good dupe for it, except it's supposed to not pill up on your skin under certain foundations like I've heard the other one does.
This feels a lot like it.
I've never tried it though, so. I tried the Jelly Pop from e.l.f., which is also supposed to be a good dupe.
So disclaimer, I did put on all of my like skincare because there was no way with what we had to work with we were going to be able to get skincare, so it definitely feels like it. It's got that tackiness that the Hydro Grip has.
Plumps, moisturizes, and perfects.
I like that.
With hyaluronic acid and agave.
I just bought a new Milk Hydro Grip. Well, a little guy, but I mean, if this works, I'll switch to it. It's Hard Candy. Most of this is drugstore, I do believe, correct?
All of it.
All of it is drugstore. All right, so the next thing, I feel like I need to wash my hands off. Just one second.
Yeah, if it's that tacky, we're in business.
We are in business. Okay, so the next step I do is eye primer.
And got this.
We have the Profusion No Budge eyeshadow primer. I've heard a lot about Profusion eyeshadows. I didn't even know that they had an eye primer.
I did not know that either. And they have blush palettes, apparently, and brush kits.
Really?
And an eyebrow kit that I seen.
An eyebrow kit? What kind of eyebrow kit? Was it like a pomade?
I think I had a pomade and a pencil. And possibly a concealer pencil to clean them up.
So it kind of reminds me of the consistency of the Milani and the like Urban Decay primer potion, like stacked in one. It seemed to blink it out really good, so that's good.
And I have not tried most of these products either, so this is going to be cool.
This is going to be fun. You want to try with me?
Especially these ones I'm about to give you.
Do you want to try with me?
I don't know.
Okay. Eyeshadow.
Alright, so I have heard people rave about the bite-size e.l.f. eyeshadows.
I love you so much. I've been wanting to try these so bad. This green one is beautiful.
So I had to get that because I know you love green.
My favorite colors.
But we have a neutral setup and some nudes.
Ooh, pretty. These are gorgeous.
I know. Are those
I'm so excited.
I'm gonna have to go get me some. Even though they're $3, I haven't pulled the trigger on.
I haven't either. It's a funny story. I just was saying I've been wanting to try this. So these are the ones she got. This one is in Cream and Sugar. And then this one is in Truffles. And then this one is in Rose Water. And then I also got the green one. This one is in Hot Jalapeno. I think I remember Teresa is Dead talking about this one.
So they have these two at Ulta. And so I put the original eyeshadow palette back that I was going to get her and got these. And then I got these two at Walmart.
Which ones do you want me to use?
Perfect. I'm like, how do you open those for a little pick me up?
I've been wanting to, and like you said, they're only $3, so I haven't purchased them.
$3 for 4 eyeshadows. So she just got a 12-pan palette for $9.
Okay, these don't have shades, obviously, they're just little 4-pan palettes, but I'm going to take this one, not set my eyes, but just kind of go over the primer, and then this one into the crease. And then I am going to take probably this one on the lid, and then do this on the inner corner and the brow bone. What do you think? What do you think? It was so funny as your text messages kept coming through. I was like, she's stressing out over this and it should be fun.
Because there were so many things. I wanted to get you like 3 different types of blushes and I wanted to so you try them all and I couldn't. Oh my goodness.
I know, it's pretty. I think I'm used to a little bit more oomph from my shimmers, but I'm also not spraying them. Okay, that's as far as I'm gonna go on the eyes right now. I think that
Looking at the wrong camera.
it looks really good. I love it. What I would say, and what I was talking to her about, is I use this one all over my lid, and then I use this one as like my inner corner. And what I would say is they're beautiful. They're super pretty, but I'm used to a little bit more of a zing, and I think that the reason why I don't feel like it's zingy enough is because I usually spray my shimmers, but I spray all of my shimmers. Let's do foundation.
Okay, so I couldn't decide, so I got her two. And the first one I got is the Photo Focus Wet n Wild Dewy foundation.
So many great things about that.
I heard even though it says dewy, it isn't greasy feeling, so there's that one. And then I got her the 24-hour infallible fresh wear foundation by L'Oreal.
I'm like, I think it's this one. Looks closest, yeah. Or this one.
I know, and I was so hesitant on getting it because it said rose. But when we kept putting it up to the foundation, the infallible has a lot larger shade range when it comes to undertones than the Wet n Wild one does. So the Wet n Wild one's a little more on the yellow undertone side.
We are going to use
The infallible 24-hour fresh wear. And I always have to shake
Ooh,
my
nice
mouth
pump.
just for a, yeah,
Shake it
you can
up.
hear it. It's like liquidy.
I'm gonna put it on with a sponge just because that's what I typically put on my foundations with. So I'm gonna pump some out onto my little middle guy here. Ooh, that's really liquidy. How many pumps do you usually use?
About 1.5. You'll see when you do the coverage, you'll have to spot touch up where you need more coverage. But after that, you should be good.
It smells kind of chemically.
Yeah, drugstore foundations don't have the best scent.
I'm like, I'm not used to this.
No, the one downside, but it really is, in my opinion, when I have tried this one, and it's very breathable, and when you set it down, you can get the look that you want with it. And I don't find with mine that it oxidizes, so you should be okay.
You did a really good job.
Ooh, that part was stressful when you don't have a person with you to shade match, so we did our best.
Let's see if I can cover my friends. I think using the sponge is maybe not a great idea with it because it is so liquidy. Do you also use a sponge?
I use a sponge for the first application, and then I go in and pat out extra coverage with a brush, but it transforms on my face when I set it. So at first I didn't like it as much as everybody was saying, but then after I set it, it was really pretty. I usually don't like any foundation the first time I try it, if I'm being honest. I'm like, nope, this isn't my...
Me either. That Fenty hydrating. I hated that stuff the first time I tried it.
I feel like that might be the case with this too, because I did that. This one you never think it's going to be on. Like if you go out in the sun or it's really hot or you're just, doing a lot of work, you don't think it's still going to be on your face. And it is. It always is. And I'm like, I have oily skin, so.
I have dry, so she was buying for somebody with a completely different skin type.
But this is not supposed to be an oily skin foundation. And your face looks really pretty right now.
I think so too. What I would say is it covered up all the crazy that I have going on my chin from masks. Not masking. I like a more sheer buildable coverage, so really light to medium coverage, and then build from there. That is my perfect foundation because I do like to see my skin. I don't like heavy makeup, so I feel like this is pretty perfect for that kind of coverage. If you're looking for a full coverage foundation, this isn't going to be it for you. But I love that it's a breathable texture because that means it's going to move with my face, not against my face.
It didn't really build up in any lines that I've ever noticed either. And it's not very heavy on your face.
Mm-mm.
It doesn't
I think
look like it either.
I think it looks really good. Let me turn down the lights. What lights do?
I know, I look red. I have nothing on my face, by the way.
JC was super concerned about getting on this video with no makeup on. But I think it looks really good. Like here, it looks really good. I do have like these 11s right here, and I think it looks really good right there. In my nose creases right here, it also looks really good. Like I know that because I'm dry, sometimes foundation will cling there almost automatically. It's not doing that with this one. It did cover as much as I want it to cover on, the crazy going on my chin, and it is a pretty decent match for me. It does have a lot of pink in it, so I was wondering how that was going to work out because I tend to swing more yellow, but on my face especially, but it does appear to match really well.
We took a pump of her everyday favorite foundation, the 4-in-1 Love Your Selfie, and so that's what I had to match it to. And as much as it says neutral, when you pump it out of the bottle, it has a little rosy tone to it.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, so next would be concealer, probably. CoverGirl True Blend Undercover Concealer.
To say that CoverGirl is stepping up their game enough for me to be interested in trying their products.
This is in light nude. That should be a good.
I was hoping that was a hard one.
That feels good.
Yeah. I will say, since I have used this, for the first time that you try it, go in a little lighter so
Okay.
you know what you're working with.
Okay.
Because this is a bright puppy.
I'll just start there.
In my opinion, I feel like it is a more hydrating shape tube. And that's what people also say about the Infallible Concealer by L'Oreal, but I have not tried that one.
Yeah, I'm like even the little tiny dot put on there are.
But it's not going to dry down and clean like really rough to anything.
I like this.
I think Nikki Tutorials said that's her favorite drugstore along with the Infallible one.
That looks really good. Look at that. It's like the difference between
You're
this
awake.
eye
You're
and
awake.
this eye. Yeah, that is crazy.
We need the fan off. These lights are damn hot. Take a walk around the block.
This is gonna be a fun film. Whoopsie. Okay. Here's what I love about this stuff is I feel like, so this is my wonky eye and it has a giant eye bag anyways, but that eye bag is incredibly discolored. And this, I feel like, covers it actually more than the concealer that I typically have been using.
Which one have you been using?
Right now I've been using the Too Faced Born This Way concealer, and then I also have a Shape Tape that I've been using. And this is so nice.
It looks really good.
Compared to the Shape Tape, and it does. It looks really, really good.
I almost like using Too Faced Born This Way concealer better as a foundation than the Born This Way foundation.
Yeah.
And just a little bit of it. So the foundation and the concealer, of all the things that she's used so far, is the two that I've tried. So at Rite Aid it's $9.99, but I believe it's $7.99 at Walmart. So I will pay that any day.
Yeah, over $30-something.
Especially now that I don't work at a beauty store anymore. I don't have the discounts.
I'm gonna really quickly just put some of this brown shade on my under eye.
I love that color. I don't see that. I think maybe
Me
in a color
either.
palette I have one similar, but
Like it's like a really pretty taupe.
this one right here. It's like a pinky undertone, but it's really cool looking instead of warm.
Like almost a gray. Blending out with that brown on my lower lash line with that color that we just showed you. And what do you have next?
What do you use next normally? What are you going with?
I typically do my brows.
All right. I just can't get over it. I'm looking at
I
her skin in
love
person.
this. Look at this.
I'm looking at her skin in person and I can't get over it. I think it looks so good. I know that she likes clear eyebrow gels, and everyone that I wanted to get her was sold out. So I was left with, I heard, a pretty good option for the Essence
Ooh.
lash and brow gel. So you can use that on your lashes if you just want to make them
Fun.
natural but like curl. So you can use it so it's just like a natural lash, but you also use it in your brows.
It is just a clear mascara
And then-
slash brow gel.
I got her the Morphe eyebrow pencil.
Oh, you have been wanting me to try this.
That is
I love it.
$5.
$5 Morphe eyebrow pencil.
So as far as I could tell, I'm the second darkest shade, so I got her the darkest shade. And from what I could see, it doesn't have a red undertone, even though it's called Chocolate Mousse.
Nice. Look at that spoolie.
I always have to get it going on my hand for the first time I use it, and after that, I'm good.
Ooh, that's a good color, actually.
For chocolate, I was expecting it to have a red undertone, so
Me
I thought I was
too.
in trouble, but I peaked.
I'm excited.
It's like no work. If you press too hard, it's like, I don't know, I don't even feel that there's any wax in it. But then when you spoolie it out, it blends to make it look like your eyebrows have been tinted at the salon almost. So, and it doesn't go anywhere.
Oh my gosh, I kind of love this pencil.
It's cheaper than the next one she uses.
I know. You guys, if you guys haven't tried this, you really should, because it is.
The pomade I've played with as well, and I also think, in my opinion, is easier to work with than the ABH, and they don't have as many colors, but the undertones are really good. And this is another one I've tried, obviously. And I bought another one over quarantine because I thought I was going to run out, but I just ran out of it.
This is cool.
It does have a big applicator though, because you can use it
For your lashes.
but it's clear, so you don't have to worry about it.
Getting all over. I know. That's one of my biggest beefs with some of the tinted ones is that their applicators are just
I love
huge.
the tinted mellow, but it is about that big, and it's dark.
I
Like, so.
love that. I'm going into this color here and putting it on my brow bone.
I was so worried. I was like, I wear Java, the color Java, and it's the second to darkest one. And it's like a dark brunette, but it doesn't have a weird, they have a shade named Auburn, and it's like in the medium.
I'm really surprised that that one is called chocolate and it's as dark as it is.
It's called chocolate mousse. Yeah, yummy.
The concealer and the eyebrow pencil and the Hydro Grip primer. 3 things that I knew that I was grabbing no matter what.
Look at me.
And it doesn't, I almost feel like the smoke that it gives off is like, you don't need that bright shimmer either. But like, you can always top it with something else you have. Maybe your highlight that you got.
All right. I can't wait for that. Let's do eyeliner.
These are the 2 options. Salvage Beauty is sold at Rite Aid.
This is the liquid liner that she bought because I use both liquid and pencil. And the pencil one is by LA Girl. The Neon Shockwave. Is it just black?
Yeah, these are their cream gel liners that are almost, they're really similar. They do not have the shade range as ColourPop, but this is usually the alternative. These are like $2.49.
Oh, this is super pretty. It's a nice brush tip. So if you guys like a brush tip, that's what it looks like. It looks like it's pretty pointy and nice. Go ahead.
Doll Face is usually in the higher drugstore price range. A lot of their items are like $8 to $22, I believe. So this eyeliner was $12, but I've heard really good things about it. And then these are $2.49 a piece, but these are the only waterline liners, including pot gel ones that I've tried, and just all of them that do not run on me or smear or move throughout the day. But the ColourPop ones also don't.
They don't create eye boogers in the middle of your. This one on really super easy.
Every time you see a picture of me wearing a colored liner in my waterline, that is what it is. They only have like 8 colors, but Tati Beauty raves about this liner.
Really? It is. It's super black. It's going on like a dream. Like I'm afraid that I'm gonna mess it up. I'm probably gonna mess up the side because I always mess up the side.
Yeah, I have my one eye too. I was gonna get her the L'Oreal Black and Gold pack brush tip eyeliner. That was my only eyeliner that I bought forever and ever and ever. And they don't sell it anymore. I couldn't find it at any of the stores.
That went on so super simple. And it's super black. And then the lower lash line. So this isn't gonna create like eye boogers on the.
Not to me. I haven't.
Disclaimer, not to me, not to me.
But yeah, my eyes are super glossy and watery all the time, so I've always had a hard time finding ones that don't smear or get really gross in the middle of the eye, but this is the best one I've found.
Ooh.
Oh my god, this is so easy.
And the color ones don't have a difference. There's not one I've tried that's like more dried out than the other or anything. Like exactly what you're wanting when you buy a gel pencil.
That went on so easy.
Well, so far there's not been a total failure yet.
It actually doesn't really, says if your plan is to smudge it, you need to do one eye at a time.
Dries really fast.
It does dry really fast, but that's good because if it dries fast like that, it's not going to go anywhere.
In your waterline even.
Yeah.
I'm like, what is this sorcery?
Typically by this time, because my eye is watering, my wonky eye is watering, typically by this time, all of the eyeshadow on my inner corner has mixed in with the eyeliner, and I've just got like this black like smudge right here, but right now, I don't. Shocked. Like the eyeshadow is staying on, the eyeliner is staying where it needs to be. I am floored right now, and this skin, there's this, and this. I love this. Let's powder my face set. Let's see.
Okay, so this one I have not tried either, and this is the CoverGirl True Blend powder that is in the same line as the concealer. So I have high hopes for this. So.
Yeah, this is Translucent Fair, the Cover True Blend. This is what the packaging looks like, and then the color, definitely translucent. It does have a mirror, which I appreciate.
Wearing masks and stuff, I've had to put one in my bag, which I don't normally do.
It comes with a little powder puff, that's cool. So I prefer a pressed powder if I'm gonna have a powder. And I don't typically put a lot of powder on my face, but I do put it like right in the center of my forehead and down on my nose and cheeks and my mouth where I have wrinkles.
She doesn't have any wrinkles.
This is nice actually, and it didn't change the color of my foundation, which I appreciate. It feels really light and airy, and it's not really making my skin look powdery, which I appreciate as well.
And with me, because I have really large pores, I usually take a sponge and press in, but in her case, she doesn't need to.
Okay, let's do bronzer.
Alright, I've only watched a few reviews on this, but I've heard really good things. The only thing I heard that they suggested you go in with a light hand. This is the Kokie Professional Matte Bronzer. This was the medium shade. So, it looks intimidating, but when they used it, it didn't come out too warm.
It does look intimidating.
It does, but yeah, they said don't, like,
Light hand.
yeah, and kind of stamp on and then blend out because it's like a little bit warmer, but no.
I think that is a little orange, but I think that it's not bad actually.
Yeah,
I like the cooler tones for like my contour, and I do have a couple cooler tone bronzers for days that I'm not wearing a contour.
And it's a huge pan.
Huge, guys. That's as big as my face.
So it looks like we have blush, highlight, mascara, setting spray, and lips left.
I do mascara after setting spray. Let's do blush.
I did have the e.l.f. primer infused blush, but they only had one shade and it was super bubblegum pink.
Oh.
So I was like, no. And I got this Wet n Wild one in the shade Mellow Wine.
I love that color.
I knew it. I seen it and I put my four other blushes that I had back, and that one was $2.98.
Here's that blush. That is beautiful. That color
I
is
hope it works good.
stunning.
They had so many good colors. They had a peach one, and I know since I was giving you pink eyeshadows, I didn't want to get like too peach, so I did the darker wine. Or I had the Profusion Blush 3 palette, and it was like all peachy, beautiful, one kind of pinkier shade, but
This is the color.
that was perfect.
Look, that's pretty. Oh,
I like that a lot.
that's pretty.
That's pretty pigmented. I didn't expect that.
Yeah, it's pretty pigmented. It's a little bit different pink than, of course, the eyes look a little more cool toned than it does, but that's okay. It looks actually pretty natural. I feel like I maybe put a little bit too much on, but that's okay because I can take my big brush and kind of blend it out.
Her makeup looks so good.
I'm stoked. This actually looks. I'm actually also pretty happy with what you picked.
I'm glad we didn't do this and she ended up hating everything so far. But that's always the worst, but at the same time, it's good.
Look, it shows up on camera. That's also a problem.
I always
we have.
notice like certain ones you wear don't show up on with your lighting, and that looks so good.
Let's do highlight.
All right, so this I'm sure everybody knows the good things about it. I have not personally tried it. It's a Revlon Skin Lights.
Oh my god, that's so pretty.
Prismatic highlighter. And the only one lighter than this was like a super champagne. It was like almost a white, so I got her a gold undertone. I thought it was good with the pink
That's
eyeshadow.
so pretty.
I've heard it's super blinding. That was probably one of the most expensive things that.
Really?
I think it was the same price as the Infallible Freshwear Foundation.
Really?
12 something.
For a highlighter, a drugstore highlighter.
Yeah, it looks like from the packaging it's a really thick pan, but
It does look like this is the pan size. It is a pretty thick pan. That is it again. And then 201 Daybreak Glimmer. Okay, so they put the tape way too far across, I feel like. That is
nobody's getting in there.
note to L'Oreal. No, Revlon. You put the tape way too far across.
Nobody's swatching in the store is what they're saying.
That's a true story. That,
Which is what everybody is surprisingly worried about. I feel like we don't have that problem at my Walmart, but
so it reminds me, just looking at it, it reminds me, maybe not the color, it reminds me a little bit of the Amrezy highlight, just because of, can you guys see the waves? Ooh, look at how pretty that is.
oh wow.
It's super
I like
highlighty.
gold highlights on her, so. This was an impromptu video. I'm just not gonna put this in here, but you just need to know.
Oh, yeah, nice.
Never. There we go.
Ooh, holy cow.
At least
like
said you had
that.
trouble with getting your highlights there, so
I do.
thought this one is what I've heard people like. They put on one streak and they're like, oh my god, I can see it on the iPad.
That is insane.
I can never see your highlights when you're on video.
That is insane. I cannot with this. This is crazy. Oh, I don't.
Glowing.
I'm gonna put it everywhere.
That's what I was saying. If your inner corner didn't work out, that might. I would use it on my lid, to be honest. I would use that. I would find an excuse to put it.
To put it on your lid.
Especially if I was just doing maybe mascara and then I did like a darker crease shade and then just.
Oh my God, yeah.
Just to go.
Look at how pretty that is. Like I am.
I've never seen you so glowy on,
I know.
on you.
I'm done. Shook it.
This is a tried and true by everybody, and I think you've probably already tried it, but I know you haven't tried it in this flavor.
I haven't tried it.
The
No,
Milani Make
this-
It Last, but it is in kiwi watermelon.
Oh, I love.
There was like 3 different flavors. It's their fruit fetish collection that they just came out with. They came out with like juicy lip glosses,
I
and they
love
came out
it.
with liquid neon eyeliners. But this one, my favorite drugstore science fair is probably the one that
Have I
if you
tried
could
this?
only choose one. I thought maybe you did, but
Maybe I have.
if you could only choose one, the all-nighter's going out the door.
Oh my God, that smells so good. It smells so good.
I was worried that you might get sensitive about the fragrance, but I don't know that people usually have reactions to Milani, so
It smells so good.
I guarantee that you could sleep in that and wake up in that with this. This is
I'm excited.
I-
Do you use this one?
I do, and I think that I would use the Urban Decay, but it dries. It gives me dry patches. But they have a
Smells
dragon
so
fruit
good.
one, which when I seen that I thought of you, but I was like, it's summer. We need kiwi watermelon.
I love it. It smells so good.
Okay, so the first few times I tried this mascara. I got her. First few times I did not like it, but it's amazing. It's the CoverGirl Exhibitionist Uncensored. So they have a regular Exhibitionist that comes in the silver bottle, and then they have this one. It is comparable to the KKW mascara.
Actually, it looks like I love the packaging of it. I mean, and it's not heavy. It doesn't feel.
It was-
Exhibitionist Uncensored.
This the wand is bigger than I would like, but once I learned, that's probably why I didn't like it the first time. But once I learned how to use it, I really liked it. This was $7.94 at Walmart.
Really?
Right, so I'm sure if I tried KKW one, which I've always wanted to try, I would love. But that's $18, and this is $8. Thanks for watching. It's like not super wet and not super dry, so it looks like it's coming out in clumps. But when you brush it across your lashes, it brushes it out. I don't know how to explain it.
I love that.
You have huge.
I know. That is crazy. Can you guys see this? Look.
The difference. A lot of people really raved about the original when it came out, but then they came out with this one, and that one kind of left the chat.
There are certain things that if I could buy them cheaper and they work for me. Look at my lashes. For those of you who don't know, who are new here, who are just coming, like I don't typically buy drugstore because my skin has always reacted poorly to drugstore makeup, and my eyes have always reacted poorly to drugstore makeup. Eyeshadow is one thing, but like mascaras
Mascara.
have always been a problem.
I have the same issue though. I have really sensitive skin. I break out really easy. So a couple of the things that I knew, like especially putting on her skin, that I knew I was pretty confident would not happen with, is things that I picked out as well. And I know you really liked what was the Kush mascara, and that one.
Yes, the Kush mascara burned the F out of my eyeballs. Those look so good. I mean, just looking in the mirror, like, I'm astounded at what my face looks like.
I'm glad. All right, and then for lips, we got the Seriously Satin Clean.
That's the first
Seriously Satin lipstick.
Is that Elf? That's
Yes.
the first Elf product.
I
Oh
had-
no, it's not that.
I had so much elf before this because they've been coming out with really good stuff, and I had to put some stuff back. But these were the 2 things that I've watched a couple reviews on where people like these are supposed to be really comfortable, and even though they're not matte and stay in place, they don't move around
Seriously
apparently.
I dig the contraption, the component of it, because it's
Clear.
clear. It's
That's
all
how they can
like
get away with
see-through.
selling it for $3.
That's true. That is the shade again.
But I heard these are really comfortable even if you have dry lips. Probably shouldn't have been different color. But they have a lot of different colors of them.
I gotta say, I don't really mind the color. I think it would look good with like I wonder if I have a drugstore.
I was trying to get you like a mauve, even if not for the sake of your lips.
This is a NYX lip liner in Ever. That is what its shade is. So I'm just gonna improvise a little bit.
Yeah, but with these lipsticks, they say that you don't necessarily need one unless you just want to look, because even though they're satin, they're not going to smudge all around your face because they're like a satin matte.
I think that might be better. Yeah,
That looks really good.
I love it. Okay, so I'm gonna go do my hair real quick, or something with my hair. I'll be right back. Okay, so I didn't really do a whole lot with my hair, but here we are. Here I am. This was a full face of everything that my friend and subscriber GC bought me. All of it was drugstore because I never used drugstore. So I'm coming back to you with my hair done and some final thoughts. So this primer is, I feel like it feels just like the Hydro Grip primer, the Milk Hydro Grip Primer, and I so far haven't had any kind of peeling happen or anything like that, and it felt really good going on. I love it. I would purchase it again. I think this is first impressions, right? So I'll use it for a while and then come back to you a different day and we'll recap again. But just on first impressions, I would use this again. Next was eyeshadows, and I have to be honest, like, whoa. There's been a lot of talk around the YouTubes about these palettes, and I just, because of my, not fear of drugstore, but bad experiences, honestly, with drugstore makeup, I just haven't picked them up. They're $3. Like, why? That's less than $1 for each shade. And I am blown away by them, honestly. And I think I gave you a little bit of tidbits about, you know, the shimmers in here, but I think it all came together really nicely. I think it looks really, really good. This is definitely a wearable look. Anybody could wear it any day.
It's not like intense, but it catches light really pretty,
Yeah.
so it can get there.
Yeah, for sure. And I love the shade in my brow bone, which was this one. It's the cream and sugar. Yeah, cream and sugar palette. This lighter shimmer was just amazing. I'm excited to dig into the other two and really look at them as well. That green one is calling my name. The foundation shocked me. It's going to take me probably a couple more uses to figure out whether I really like it or not. I feel like and you know, I had her check it while we were in video. I maybe didn't blend enough down here. It really does look like it's maybe a little bit different tone than what's on my
She
face.
could probably do their shade vanilla, which is $4.50, I think.
So a lighter shade. Is that-
$4.50, yeah. It's pretty much the same kind of tone, but it's kind of less pinky, a little more yellowy. But
Gotcha.
at the same time, if you blend it down, it matches
Yeah.
her neck right here, her chest
Yeah.
perfectly. So she just needs to go down.
I'm not mad at it though. It's not clinging to the dry areas on my face. I can see my skin, and that's really what I look for in a foundation. I like it to just kind of create a, not a blank canvas. I don't want a blank canvas, but a perfected canvas. So a little more, less multi-tonal and all one color. That's really what I'm going for. I love this concealer. Like, I am stoked about this concealer. The doe foot, when I pulled the doe foot out, I was honestly kind of scared because it reminds me of the Shape Tape. It's huge. But a little dabble do you, it worked really well, and I put it just on the inner and outer corner of my eye, and I was able to take that and blend it all the way out. I think I even got a little bit up in this area as well with that I did, and then just put a little bit on my lip and right here and blended out all of my nose and mouth area with it. I think it's beautiful. It lays beautifully. It's not at all caking up on me, which I love. This eye primer I forgot to talk about is phenomenal. I loved it. I really can't say that there was anything that I didn't like spectacular. I think that this e.l.f. lipstick feels good on my lips and applied really well. It's just not, it's a personal preference. The shade is not good, but once I put the lip liner on under, you know, around it and kind of gave it a little more definition, it very much is an inside inner middle part of the lip color, which I do all the time for lip contouring. This eye pencil and this liquid eyeliner shocked me because, like I said, typically at this time my eyes are watering enough that I have like this black smudgy part on the inner corner of my wonky eye because my eyeliner doesn't like to stay in place, and this is. And it was so easy to use. And this one was so easy to use. Usually I'm like pulling my eye down and like getting into the, it was just,
They have
I
this
just ran it
exact
along.
thing in a felt tip and one other version. They have 3 choices for the same formula. So
love
double
it.
face, they sell it at Rite Aid. They have a whole line. They even have skincare. So
Oh.
it's really good. And it's actually by 2 makeup products. You get 1 skincare and free.
That's
I'm going
awesome.
back, I'm going back.
This, I don't like it. I like it. I don't like it for brows just because the wand is so big, but I know why the wand is big. It's big because they made it for brows and lashes. I'm interested to see how it is on your lashes.
I know. I actually used to do that, the Chilla lip,
Yeah.
the Chilla gel.
Yeah.
I have used that. I was like, I wonder, because I have really long lashes. They're just not very dark. So there's been days where I do like just a little bit of concealer and I want to try to push them up so you can see them. And I tried it with my Chilla clear brow gel and it worked really good, but it fell throughout the day. So I was thinking about trying, I don't want to do it with the ABH one because that is like hairspray. But I would be interested to try it with that.
This Morphe pencil you've been trying to convert me on for a while now, and I think I love it. I will probably repurchase it over and over and over again. It's $5 cheaper than my NYX micro brow that I'm so in love with, and the color was beautiful. I think my brows look fantastic. The spoolie on the end of this pencil is also a lot better than the one that comes on the NYX ones. The NYX ones are kind of bigger and hard, and this one's not, so I do like that. And you said it lasts for quite some time.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, I don't have to use a lot because, like she does, I get my eyebrows tinted as well. But when you do, or those times that you haven't been able to get your eyebrows done, it's like they have a really good undertones to their shades and are just super creamy and they last. I threw out pretty much all my other brow products when I discovered that. So.
And it's cheap. The CoverGirl True Blend, it's not bad. The True Blend just pressed powder. It's not bad. I would say it's not showing any kind of like powder residue. I don't use a whole lot, so it shouldn't show powder residue, but it also didn't cling like some pressed powders do.
It is in the same line
And,
as
yeah.
the concealer. Very good purse.
Yeah, for sure. I love that it comes with the puff too for that precise reason.
When the mask rubs your stuff, what do you want to press it back in. So
And you know, the high-end foundation or powders don't come with a
the
little
only one
puff.
that I've ever bought that comes with a puff is the Tarte Amazonian Clay.
So this bronzer, I feel like I love the packaging. I love the little elephants on there. I'm almost afraid to use it because I don't want the elephant to go anywhere. I feel like it went on beautifully. It looks really orange in the pan. It's a lot more orange than I typically get for bronzers, and I think that might be part of why I'm seeing a different color.
Yeah, it's not on your forehead as much. So that you've been in a lot lighter on your forehead.
Yeah, that's true.
So basically, you could have this bronzer for a decade.
Pretty much, yes. I love these. Ooh, oh man, I drop everything. Pick it up with your toes.
Yeah,
Here, I can do it. Let's see this.
My brother can always pick up things with his toes. Yes. It's our mascara. I mean,
I love these. These are beautiful.
really are.
This highlight, I cannot get over how I didn't spray it or anything. I just put it on my face, and how you can see it is crazy. This blush is beautiful. It blended beautifully. It went on beautifully. I love the color. It shocked me because it was a little more pink than I expected just looking at it, but
Yeah, it was, but it worked out.
it worked out. It worked out really good. And this mascara, I mean, it remains to be seen whether it's going to flake or move on me, but it hasn't yet. And typically at this point, because my cheekbones are so high, typically at this point, I will have seen it on my cheekbones if it's going to move around. I'm anxious to wear it for a few hours. I'm also really excited to try this because I've heard really great things about this
Me too.
foundation.
I've seen great reviews on it.
Me too.
$6.47. It's like, what? That's why I was like, I'm getting you two because I can't not. I could have gotten her 4 of these for the price, or probably 3 for the price of a regular bullet lipstick, which I should have done. So I didn't.
It's okay.
But this is really pretty on you.
Yeah, it is really
The lip
pretty. I
liner
do like
saved
it.
a lot.
The lip liner did save it. I feel like that is definitely a lipstick that I'll have to put in the center of
That's
that.
kind of like my normal combo colors too.
Yeah.
When you do these
Yeah.
together, so that's really pretty.
I am going to turn down the light so that you guys can see my actual face real quick. So, I mean, the highlight even is still really
I can't wait to see that in the sun.
crazy. I know.
That's my go to purchase it now.
So I'm super stoked. I'm super happy. I'm super happy with this. JC, you did a good job.
I did.
She
So
did an
I have to
amazing
say,
job.
based on colors, these were the only 2 flops, and it's not based
Yeah.
on formula.
Yeah, I think it's just color, and that one is actually, this lipstick is actually pretty perfect for a center of the lip shade, and I
gonna
always
complement
do
a
that.
lot.
It's going to complement a lot of colors, so I would say that there's not really a flop in here, but color wise, just preference wise, and it's because you know me in person. I feel like this could have been much worse.
It could have
been much
been
worse.
like, oh my gosh, $100.
And you maybe have for sure, but maybe also
I think the
transformed
eyeliners.
me on a
No.
couple of drugstore options.
No.
Even this, yeah. Yeah.
And probably that.
And probably that. Yep. I mean, shit, if I could get this for, what, $8 you said? $6 versus the $32 I pay for the Hydro Grip. That's amazing. So that's it. That's all I got for you guys today. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. Thank you, JC, for doing this and for being with me while I did it. I am turning down my light a little bit at a time. Super happy to have you here. We'll have to do this again.
It was fun.
It was a lot of
It
fun.
was really fun.
I hope that you guys liked this video, and I hope that if you did, you're considering giving it a big thumbs up. It really does help our channels out here. I also hope you liked me or JC, who might have to be a regular occurrence on my channel, or just this video enough that you're considering subscribing. If you do, please don't forget to hit the notification bell. I do upload content 3 to 4 times a week depending on the week, so I wouldn't want you to miss anything. Please be safe out there. Please love each other, but love each other from afar. And until next time, bye guys.
Bye.